Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ubisoft's newest extraordinary DEI-based video game known as Star Wars Outlaws is getting into players' hands, and now people are starting to showcase clips online about the gameplay for this particular game. And let me tell you, it's essentially everything we've been talking about. This game focused so much on DEI, this game focused so much on creating a character and give you an experience of an androgynous, ugly Pokemon Go body style character that they forgot to do everything else in the game, like, you know, maybe give you some actual good AI to combat against.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Apparently, according to this article from That Park Place and multiple different sources that we're about to go over, the clips that are going around online showcasing just how bad this game is not a good look for Star Wars Outlaws. And you guys got to keep in mind, good old woke Ubisoft, they need this game to succeed. They need this game and Assassin's Creed Shadows to succeed. If these games do not succeed, Ubisoft is going to be in big trouble. If even one of them fails, Ubisoft is going to be in big trouble. I would not be surprised if Ubisoft ends up announcing more fires after these games, you know, the games come out and the numbers solidify and all that stuff. Don't be surprised if more people get fired. So let's get into this article from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So it has a headline that reads, after Ubisoft refused to fix the massive AI and graphic issues for Star Wars Outlaws, a new clip shows just how terrible the game is. In the wake of Ubisoft refusing to delay Star Wars Outlaws after massive complaints about graphics and AI detection, a new clip of the game has surfaced showing just how buggy and broken the game's AI detection and combat actually is. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to Ubisoft, this is not exactly very shocking. And the sad part is that you have people that are going to be out there shilling for this company just because they feel like they have to, right? Like, this game has now made an ideological statement, and all of these shills out there that their DEI is their religion, essentially. They need to stand by this game even if they know it sucks, which is hilarious because you have shills out there that are even admitting that the clips we're about to see are absolute garbage, and yet at the end of the day, they still shill for it anyway. Oh no, this is the most stunning and brave game ever. They're all out here defending good old woke Ubisoft. So apparently, as shared to social media by ex-user Manga Lawyer, who, shout out to Manga Lawyer, man, that guy does amazing work on Twitter. If you guys are not following him, please make sure to go follow him because it's actually good stuff. Some of the clips and some of the pictures that he shares is pretty damn good. As seen in the video below, the game's main character, Kay Vess, is inside some kind of warehouse, engaging what looks like to be the Pike Syndicate. She immediately unloads her pistol into one enemy, but it does not appear to kill the enemy. Instead, he appears to have a seizure and is only stunned. After the enemy recovers from the stun, it just stands there at point-blank range instead of killing Vess. In fact, it actually turns and begins moving away from her. Another NPC also runs up and gets into point-blank range, but does nothing. Vess then moves into another corridor, and the NPC follows her and even runs into her, but does not fire its blaster until multiple seconds later. Now, this is some Bethesda-level nonsense, right? This is usually what you see when a Fallout game releases for the first time. Or if you want to do another example, I mean, Cyberpunk, when Cyberpunk first came out, what was happening with those NPCs was a crime at this point. But let's watch this clip and see just how bad this actually is.
As such, the blaster battles felt like they had meaningful stakes, and the stealth gameplay had a bit of weight to it because I knew that I'd be up against it.
There's so much that's, oh my god, there's so much that can be taken from a 9-second clip. Keep in mind, this particular video clip was taken from IGN reviewing the game. And yes, you heard that right. You heard that exactly what IGN said. They were talking about how essentially the gameplay is so stunning and brave, how the AI is so amazing. They're literally talking about this while showcasing this terrible clip. Let's watch it again.
As such, the blaster battles felt like they had meaningful stakes.
What is going on with this dude? What?
And the stealth gameplay had a bit of weight to it because I knew that I'd be up against it.
What is happening on this screen? This guy just started tweaking, reloaded, and then all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'm done tweaking, and I'm gonna start shooting you again. What is happening right now? He's getting shot in his fucking chest, man. I cannot, bro. I cannot, man. Like, there's gonna be people out there that are gonna genuinely shill for this game, And I gotta wonder if they're mentally okay, because if you're shilling for this game, you are being disingenuous. There's no way, bro. Like, the gameplay is so obviously bad, and it's so obviously bug-riddled, and they chose to focus on everything else except making a good product that they're gonna be proud to deliver. And now they give it to you in your hands, and they expect you to eat shit while you wait for updates that are gonna fix the game, because they know they can release this game early because all the shills are gonna buy this game regardless of whether or not it's good. Even if a shill find out it's buggy, they'll be like, well, it's not a big deal. They're going to patch it later. That's the kind of mindset that companies like Ubisoft bank on. They bank on fucking shills trying to make up the majority of their player base. It says, as noted above, this footage has surfaced after Ubisoft refused to delay the release of the game after receiving a plethora of complaints upon releasing 10 minutes of gameplay footage earlier this month. In fact, the company's executives repeatedly claimed they'll be showing high-quality footage as the game got closer to release. Ubisoft partnered with IGN to share 10 minutes of gameplay for the game that was uploaded to the company's YouTube channel. Now, we reacted to that gameplay clip, and it was terrible. If you guys haven't seen it, go check out my video on it. It was literally terrible. It was some of the most boring gameplay I've ever seen. You're literally just riding around on a speeder in the middle of the desert. Nothing interesting happens while you're riding around. You see some things happening in the distance, but nothing actually interacts with you as the player. It is the most boring thing I've ever seen. Players have made it abundantly clear they were not impressed by the gameplay. It has received over 95,000 dislikes compared to just 12,000 likes. In the comments, they roasted the footage. Chevelle1989 mocked, "Calm down, guys. This is footage from the Nintendo GameCube version." Another one said, "Is this another Quad A game? The explosion effect that was worse than the Uncharted 2 that came out in PS3 is amazing." Dude, I actually reacted to that particular explosion on Saturday Night Hypnosis with the crew, and I gotta tell you, even I was shocked because I had paused it at the right moment and I wasn't even trying to, and when I paused it, the explosion literally had the character disappear. I shit you not. K-Vest disappeared off the screen for a second or two and then magically showed up again, flying away from the explosion. I mean, it is so bad just how terrible these graphics and these effects are. And again, not everything's about graphics, right? We're not talking about graphics being the only thing that matters in a video game. But you got to admit, when you're coming from a AAA standpoint and you're coming from a known IP like Star Wars that has amazing cinematography and cinematic graphics, you mean to tell me that you're now going to go back to a PS3, early PS3 era and just try to, sell it, I guess, as a new AAA game? You're going to request $130, $139.99 for the Ultimate Edition of this game? Why would you want to do that? On top of that, it's completely broken. So this is the prime example, again, of what it means when a AAA, or I'm sorry, Ubisoft, this is Ubisoft, so a Quad A developer decides to put out a video game, not actually doing anything that's going to make this video game good, and just selling it based on the fact that they made an androgynous female lead that is ugly as fuck, with a man jaw, with no hips, the Pokemon Go body treatment, and they tried to think that that was going to sell the game. I hope for them that the modern audience ends up showing up for this one, because lately, they haven't been showing up for anything. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.